In Formula One, everyone thinks the fastest and most talented drivers make it to the grid. But the truth is, money often matters just as much, if not more. Some drivers don't get there purely because of skill. They get there because they're rich. Today, we're going to talk about those drivers who only made it to Formula One because of their bank accounts, and why their time on the track was a disaster for teams and fans alike. So, what exactly is a pay driver? A pay driver is someone who secures an F1 seat mainly because of the money they bring, usually through family wealth or big sponsorships. For smaller teams struggling to survive, pay drivers are lifelines, drivers who keep the lights on by funding the team with millions. Now, even legends like Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna needed sponsors early in their careers, but there's a big difference between having financial support and outright buying your place on the grid. Let's start meeting some of the worst offenders. First up is Lance Stroll. Lance's career was launched by his father, billionaire Lawrence Stroll, who spent over $200 million buying the Racing Point team, which later became Aston Martin. From karting all the way to F1, Lance's path was paved by his father's millions, massive sponsorship deals, and connections to top junior programs. On track, Lance has shown flashes of skill. He's scored a few podiums here and there, but he has yet to win a race. More often than not, he's been beaten by teammates with far less money backing them. Many critics believe that without his father's fortune, Lance would never have made it to Formula One. Stroll has been eliminated in Q1 75 times across 173 Grand Prix appearances, making him the driver with the most Q1 exits in F1 history, a 43.35% rate of going out in Q1. Next is Nicholas Latifi, whose family owns major businesses like Sofina Foods and Lavazza Canada. This backing poured tens of millions into his racing career and helped him secure a seat at Williams in 2020. Unfortunately, Latifi struggled to keep pace and was often at the back of the pack. His infamous crash in Abu Dhabi 2021 arguably changed the outcome of the World Championship, and many fans felt he wasn't ready for Formula One. But as long as the money kept flowing, Latifi stayed on the grid. Over his F1 career, Latifi has been eliminated in Q1 55 times out of 61 qualifying sessions, a 90.2% elimination rate. Pastor Maldonado is another famous example. He brought Venezuelan oil money to Williams, with sponsorship reportedly worth over $15 million a year. He surprised everyone by winning the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix, but quickly gained a reputation for being reckless and crashing a lot. Fans affectionately, or not so affectionately, nicknamed him Crash Tour Maldonado. His risky driving style made him a liability, and while his cash kept him in the seat, it certainly didn't buy consistent results. Then there's Nikita Mazepin, whose father's company Uralkali sponsored the Haas team, with reportedly over $30 million a year. Mazepin's rookie season in 2021 was disastrous. He spun off more times than anyone can count, crashed frequently, and was consistently slower than his teammate Mick Schumacher. Fans quickly dubbed him Mazepin, a nickname he won fair and square. When Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, Uralkali dropped Haas as a sponsor, and Mazepin's F1 career ended overnight. Without his family's massive financial backing, he never would have made it to Formula One. Yuji Ide is a cautionary tale of just how bad a pay driver can be. Backed by Japanese sponsorship, Ide landed a seat with Super Aguri in 2006. His performances were so poor and frankly dangerous that the FIA revoked his super license mid-season, banning him from racing in Formula One altogether. This is an extremely rare and humiliating punishment, highlighting just how ill-prepared Ide was for the top tier of motorsport. Narain Karthikeyan, India's first F1 driver, came with strong backing from Tata Motors and other sponsors. While his presence was a huge breakthrough for Indian motorsport, his speed and racecraft were generally lacking. He was often the last car on track, but his sponsorship money kept him employed far longer than his results warranted. So, Why does all this happen? The brutal truth is that Formula One is insanely expensive. Some teams like HRT, Minardi, and Caterham survived only because pay drivers brought in millions to keep them afloat. Even midfield teams often choose drivers based on who can bring the biggest sponsorships when skill levels are close. In this ruthless system, talent alone doesn't always guarantee a seat. Cold, hard cash talks louder. That said, not every pay driver is a failure. Lance Stroll has shown he can perform with some podiums to his name. Maldonado has a race win. Even if legends like Niki Lauda had money backing their early careers. Money can open the door, but once you're inside, you still have to prove yourself behind the wheel. At the end of the day, Formula One is a game of speed, politics, and money. Some drivers fight tooth and nail for their place. Others simply buy it. But when the lights go out and the race starts, the stopwatch doesn't care who paid for their seat. It only cares who crosses the line first. So, who do you think truly earned their spot on the grid?